What's up, everybody? Brothers, sisters, psychonauts, and seekers of truth. It is Ananka, and welcome to my bazaar. Today, I have a Bromo-Dragonfly trip report for you. The title of this trip report is Music Festival Psychedelia, and was submitted to Erowid in 2008 by the user Psychedelia Smith. With all that being said, let our story begin. This report is for my second, more intense experience. It took place at a music festival this summer with my girlfriend. What better place to trip? We arrived at the campsite and set up our tent, rolled a joint, and ate 2 tabs each. We knew we were in for a long wait, followed by a long and hopefully intense trip, so we thought it was best to eat the tabs as early as we could. The first effects began to show themselves around an hour and a half after we ate the tabs, but this was nothing more than a feeling of my mind being slightly distanced from my body, a slight energy boost, and a feeling of restlessness that I always get on the come up from psychedelics. At around 2 hours after ingestion, the first faint signs of visuals began to show themselves. This was much faster than my 1-tab experience. Colors seemed slightly brighter, and things would look like they were vibrating slightly. During my 1-tab trip, it took 3 to 4 hours to reach this stage, so I think the effects manifest themselves more quickly at higher doses. By around 3 hours, colors had brightened fully. Everything left trails behind it, and everything seemed to be moving as if there was a strobe light on. There was also a lot of auditory hallucination at this point. The sounds coming from outside the tent, people laughing, cheering, general festival noises, etc., sounded like the sounds you would expect to hear in a medieval town. Now we felt we had adjusted to the dragonfly, so it was time for a walk around the campsite. When I got out of the tent, I noticed that the lights were overwhelmingly bright. People were just silhouettes against them. As we carried on walking, the lights began to grow, exploding with color. The lights became laser beams that reached up into the sky and down to the ground. Everything was beautiful. When we got back to the tent, it had been around 5 hours since we ate the tab. This is when I reached peak tripping, and for the first time I closed my eyes. It was like entering another world. Crystal clear CEVs of beautiful fractal patterns pulsing and moving. Strange creatures in unimaginable colors, much more vivid than I have ever got from any other psychedelic. When I opened my eyes, the fractals were still there, like another layer over my vision, as well as objects morphing and warping. My girlfriend told me later that the CEVs she got were vivid images of beautiful landscapes. There were about 8 hours of peak tripping, but colors and lights seemed much brighter than usual, and there would be slight OEVs for about 24 hours after we ate our tabs. Another thing that I should mention is that we were smoking joints throughout the entire experience, which may have boosted the effects of the bromo slightly. But I have quite a high weed tolerance, so it won't have made too much difference. One of my favorite things about this substance is that I remain relatively clear-headed throughout. Other psychedelics have left me wondering who or what I am and what the fuck is going on. But Bromo-Dragonfly allowed me to have meaningful conversations even whilst engulfed in closed-eye visuals. A lot of people say that this creates a feeling of something's missing, but I think it makes this substance even better.